What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Mi buena gente. What's going on? This is another episode of Just Ask Juan, and obviously I'm Juan. I wanted to have a quick conversation today in this episode about Abdullah Mason and his possibilities of being a face of boxing. I think it's a very high probability of Abdullah. I think because Abdullah, the way that he carries himself and stuff like that, just being himself, you know, being such a young kid and being so respectful, being so presentable to the greater audience and stuff like that. I feel like when we talk about Abdullah, I think we talk about a future star besides him and his family. I think, you know, obviously they're moving him right. I think moving him right to the point where, you know, if they, you know, have a setback, let's say their next fight, he can you know, bounce back with a big win or anything like that. Which I don't think he's losing his next fight. I think his next fight he'll probably get a knockout. But when we talk about Abdullah, I think Abdullah has the skill set, the moves, the skill set, the smile, the personality to just be a face of boxing. I think carrying himself, the way that he carries himself, the way that, you know, he represents his family, the way that, you know, his father, his brothers are all behind him, same way that he's behind all of them. It shows, you know, great unity within his team and stuff like that, which again, you know, it's hard to see in boxing, or hard to find in boxing now, because, you know, a lot of fighters, you know, they complain about, you know, oh, well, I lost this fight because of my trainer, or he didn't train me right. Again, I don't see that happening with Abdullah and his family and his, you know, his team. Do I think that, you know, Top Rank could be moving him right into a super fight with Emiliano? I'm not really entirely sure. That they're both so young that I don't see it happening probably for another 4 years, 5 years, if that, because I think, you know, Emiliano eventually will grow out the weight class. Same thing with Abdullah, and they'll be in different weight classes for each time for them. I believe Abdullah's a little younger than Emiliano, but I could be wrong also. I think Abdullah's skill set is amazing, and you know, that's why I say, like, you know, he's probably next up as the face of boxing. I think, you know, us being so, you know, behind him is not just a big hype thing. I think, you know, even with a lot of fights, he's shown that, you know, he has the goods and he's ready to fight against anybody. I don't think the upper echelon of 135, I think, you know, but I think if he becomes a world champion, he's going to have to, you know, test those waters and have to, you know, defend against those dudes, because they're going to come coming for him if he wins his next fight. So hopefully, you know, he wins his next fight and we can see where the kid is made of after this fight. You know, this is an exciting time to be a boxing fan, because Abdullah really won't be ducking smoke. I see it now. I don't think he's ducking smoke. I know that he's not going to be, you know, running away from challenges and stuff like that. I know that he's here for everything. But that's all I have for you guys today. Please, guys, like, follow, subscribe on everybody in the Mighty Sports Talk Network. This is Just Ask Juan with another episode, and we out, y'all.
What's up? It's your biggest spinner, Apollo Spin. And I'm rocking, and you rocking with BVO Boxing. Let's go.